Welcome back to TerraNova. This week we've explored some mind-bending concepts around time dilation, space travel, and the nature of time itself. Today, we're diving into a thought experiment that brings these ideas into a real-life scenario, the twin paradox. Can two people born at the same time age differently depending on how fast they travel? Let's find out. The twin paradox is a famous thought experiment in Einstein's theory of relativity. Imagine two identical twins. One stays on Earth, living their everyday life, while the other boards a spacecraft and travels at a speed near the speed of light. After years of space travel, the twin in the spacecraft returns to Earth only to find their sibling has aged much more than they have. In other words, time has passed slower for the twin who traveled at high speeds through space, essentially making them a time traveler. Now let's break this down. Einstein's theory of special relativity tells us that time and space are interconnected. Time isn't absolute. It depends on how fast you're moving through space. At everyday speeds here on Earth, the effect is so small we don't notice it. But when you start traveling at speeds close to the speed of light, time dilation kicks in, causing time to pass more slowly for the traveler compared to someone who stays stationary on Earth. Time dilation has been confirmed in experiments. In the 1970s, scientists flew extremely precise atomic clocks on airplanes and compared them to clocks left on the ground. After the flights, the clocks on the airplanes were ever so slightly behind the clocks on Earth. This experiment showed that moving through space at high speeds does in fact slow down time, even if the effect is tiny at the speeds we're able to achieve. The twin paradox isn't just a cool idea for science fiction. It's rooted in the real physics of our universe. But it also raises some fascinating questions. What would it feel like to return home to a future you barely recognize? How would you cope with knowing that while you stayed young, everyone you knew had aged or even passed away? These are the emotional implications of time dilation that go beyond the science. While we may not experience the full effects of time dilation on Earth, understanding the twin paradox helps us appreciate the weirdness of the universe. It also shows us how much more there is to learn about space, time, and our place within it. So, what do you think? If you had the chance to experience time dilation, would you take a trip into space, knowing you'd come back to a world that's moved far ahead of you? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to TerraNova for more explorations into the mysteries of the universe. If you could travel close to the speed of light and experience time dilation, would you want to come back to the future? Or would you prefer to stay on Earth with everyone else? Let us know in the comments.